Hello, dear lovely audience. Welcome back to another Kelly Ripa Show New Recap. Everyone, I know y'all have been waiting for this. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Kelly Ripa shares new update on the All My Children reboot. For decades, All My Children was a steady heartbeat in American daytime television, a place where romance burned hot, villains schemed boldly, and family drama grew more tangled than anyone could track. Pine Valley wasn't just a fictional town. It was a universe of its own, spinning with love, legacy, and chaos. Among the characters who defined it was Haley Vaughn, played by none other than Kelly Ripa, who burst onto the screen as a fiery teen and grew into one of the show's most memorable personalities. Though Kelly Ripa has worn many hats since, talk show star, producer, author, pop culture staple, her roots in Pine Valley remain a cherished part of her story. And now, after years of whispers, teases, and stalled attempts, she has shared a new update on the All My Children reboot that has fans buzzing louder than ever. A reunion long in the making. Rumors about a reboot have drifted through Hollywood for years, fueled especially by Kelly Ripa and her husband Mark Consuelos, who both starred in the original show and have expressed deep affection for it. Their production company, Milojo, had once begun developing a spin-off titled Pine Valley, envisioned as a modern, darker, edgier take on the beloved soap. But as often happens in television, ideas simmer, projects shift, doors open and close, and the future remains uncertain. Until now. Speaking with a blend of nostalgia and excitement, Kelly Ripa has shared a fresh update. Talks have resumed, scripts are being re-examined, and interest from executives has reignited. The reboot concept is being reshaped, not simply as a tribute, but as a full-circle revival that honors the emotional DNA of the original series while pulling it into a new era. "It's still alive," she has said, "and it's more alive now than it's been in the past few years." Her words have sent waves through longtime fans who have waited for Pine Valley's doors to reopen. Honoring the past, reimagining the future. What makes All My Children so iconic is its unique blend of heartfelt storytelling and unapologetically dramatic flair. A modern reboot, Kelly emphasized, cannot abandon those roots, but it must evolve. The team's updated vision involves a mix of returning fan-favorite characters, new families, and a deeper exploration of Pine Valley's generational conflicts. It would be a story that spans time, one that bridges nostalgia with fresh narrative possibilities. Kelly hinted that the new version would explore themes such as legacy versus chain, the weight of reputation in a small town, modern romance, identity and ambition, secrets carried across decades. In classic soap fashion, the reboot promises twists that spark conversations everywhere, from living rooms to Twitter threads. But what stands out most in Kelly's update is her emphasis on heart. For her, All My Children was never just about drama, it was about connection. Will Kelly Ripa return as Haley? One burning question fans always ask, will Kelly herself step back into the role that launched her career? As expected, her answer was playful, diplomatic, and just mysterious enough to fuel excitement. She noted that Haley Vaughn exists in Pine Valley's world and always will, and that she is open to appearing in some form, perhaps not as a full-time character, but in a way that honors her legacy. "It's always a matter of timing," she teased, but Haley's biker boots are still in the closet. It's a statement that sent longtime viewers into a frenzy. Even a brief cameo would be enough to electrify the reboot. The fans who never let Pine Valley die. The real reason All My Children continues to linger in the cultural imagination is simple. The fans never let go. They've kept the flame burning through Facebook groups, convention meetups, YouTube archives, and countless fan pages dedicated to characters many still consider part of their families. Kelly acknowledged this loyalty, explaining that the reboot exists largely because fans kept asking for it, and because the emotional memory of Pine Valley still feels surprisingly modern. In a world obsessed with reboots and revivals, few properties have the personal, almost familial connection that All My Children holds. It's not just a show that people watched, It's one they grew up with, cried with, celebrated with. Fans experienced marriages, funeral scenes, love triangles, and even supernatural plot twists that only daytime TV could deliver with complete sincerity. Kelly's update recognizes that the fandom is ready, not just for nostalgia, but for a continuation of the story they never truly said goodbye to. Mark Consuelos and the power couple of Pine Valley. Of course, any All My Children update is incomplete without mentioning Mark Consuelos, Kelly's real-life husband and former co-star, who played the handsome, brooding Mateo Santos. The chemistry that later defined their marriage first sparked on the Pine Valley set, making them one of the few soap opera couples whose romance continued long after the cameras stopped rolling. Kelly shared that Mark is still heavily involved in the creative process, and that the reboot would not ignore the legacy of their characters. While she didn't reveal whether Mateo might return alongside Haley, she smiled knowingly, never a good sign for someone trying to avoid giving away a spoiler. Mark loves All My Children just as much as I do, she said. And Mateo's story, let's just say it hasn't been forgotten. A reboot with a new generation at its core. One of the standout elements in her update is the plan for a new generation of Pine Valley residents. Young, ambitious, messy, and full of secrets. These new characters will drive the show forward, blending the intensity of classic soap storytelling with modern issues and emotional depth. But legacy characters matter too. Kelly hinted that the show's history will shape every storyline. Old feuds may resurface, old romances may rekindle, and old villains may rise with new motives. The past, she explained, will never be fully buried in Pine Valley. Why now? Kelly addressed a key question. Why is the reboot gaining momentum now, years after the original revival attempt? Several reasons. Streaming platforms want serialized drama again. Younger viewers are rediscovering old soaps online. Nostalgia-driven content is thriving. There's renewed creative passion behind the project. Most importantly, Kelly said, the story feels relevant again. In a world that feels chaotic and unpredictable, Pine Valley feels familiar, comforting, dramatic in ways that feel big, yet somehow safe. A place where chaos is contained within lovable, flawed characters. The heart of Kelly's update. While she didn't confirm a release date or network, Kelly's update made one thing clear. The reboot is not dead, and in fact, it's closer now than it has been in years. Writers are at work, producers are meeting, actors are interested, and the spirit of Pine Valley is stirring. As Kelly put it, Pine Valley is still alive, and if it's up to us, it's going to rise again, bigger, bolder, and with all the heart people remember. For fans of All My Children, it's the update they've been waiting for. Pine Valley's doors might just open once more. And Haley Vaughn's biker boots. They may not stay in the closet much longer.